A couple weekends ago, the REU crew took their first road trip together. We went to the Yumbe district to encourage our brothers and sisters at Lodenga Church and meet with our good friend Charles. On the way, we saw the Bobby Wine presidential campaign, saw the sights and sounds of downtown, and then checked into our hotel. The hotel was nice by Yumbe standards, had fans and mosquito nets and apparently hot showers. That is, if you waited long enough for the water to warm up. Unaware of this, I didn't get to enjoy that luxury. We then headed off to meet Charles at his home. REU has worked with Charles for many years, and Charles has been instrumental in the ongoing translation of the Bible into the Lodenga language. Charles lives about 30 seconds from that white mosque, among the giant sorghum he farms on his property. This guy is a hero to me, and I was thrilled to see him again. If you look closely, you'll see the Ugandan handshake. Do it twice to show extra affection towards the person you're greeting. Off we went to tour his property and the plot reserved for an REU extension campus. These metal poles mark the boundary lines of the planned campus. We are just waiting for the plans, proceeds, and people to come together to make this a reality. A daily presence in the heart of Yumbe would really help increase REU's capacity to encourage and train local believers in this area. Maybe God wants you to be part of this effort. After the tour, we prayed, and Charles shared of recent persecution against Christians in the area. If you want to hear the details of that conversation, I have another video in the link below. We washed up for lunch, ate a huge meal prepared in our honor, and headed out to meet a sheikh that REU has ministered and witnessed to for many years. He is dealing with serious diabetes issues, including complications with a foot injury. While there, Jacob took off his nice wool socks and gave it to him since he had no good socks to protect his feet. You can hear directly from this family how REU has impacted them in another video. We finished our time there with prayer, met their many wives, and called it a day. The next day we headed to the church. This hyperlapse isn't even close to half of the driving it took to get there. Lodenga is an Anglican church, as are about half of the Protestant churches in Uganda, with the other half being Pentecostal. The Anglican Church in Africa is pretty far from the Anglican Church of Europe, though. Much more conservative in doctrine, yet not nearly as reserved in worship style. Along the way, we passed out tracts, written in both English and Lodenga. Each person was happy to receive them. The road is just wide enough for one vehicle. So let me tell you, we were thankful we didn't meet anyone coming the other way. With the off-road trip almost complete and many tracts handed out along the way, we finally made it to Lodenga Church. Man, talk about some church greeters. Can you imagine pulling into church and the parking lot attendants and door greeters were dancing, singing, and shaking branches or shakers? To say we felt welcomed would be an understatement. To see such joy among people who are living hard lives and had just walked through religious violence 3 weeks previously was unreal. We headed into church, Jacob preached, and then they brought some children up to sing. Some children came up and recited Bible verses in English. This young lady is reciting John 3:16 for us. Then we headed outside for a group photo with our family. On our way back to Moyo, we drove past a local pool and watering hole. And we also came across one of many local reptiles in our travels. A baby python. A 5-foot baby. Hey guys, we're heading back from Yumbe district. We were at an Anglican Lodenga church. It was quite encouraging. We're driving on a kind of a newer road. You'll see here, I'm gonna pan. Much smoother than they have been. Hoping in the future to be black tops. I'm with Elijah and Pastor Henry, the Moyo district. Andre, who's here for 3 months with his wife, and Jacob is driving. You can kind of tell maybe a little bit about what the roads are like as we drive. You see me move. We haven't hit any really big bumps yet, but I'm holding on to the seat just in case.